semi-final. And it could possibly be an all-Indonesian semi-final because the brother and sister combination of Marcus Kido and Pierre Bernadette are up against a Thailand pair of Sukit Prakamol and Sarali Thongtongkam. So the players are already on court for the last of our quarter-final matches. Two-time champion Lee Chong Wei, the world #1, up against the number 8 seed Tien Minh Nguyen from Vietnam. Both these men, 30 years of age. Lee Chong Wei, born in Georgetown in Penang, Malaysia, world #1, therefore the #1 seed. Hasn't lost yet this year. He's played 2 tournaments, the Korean Superseries and the Malaysian Superseries, won them both. But he very nearly lost in the first round here in the All England Championships because first round opponent, Wong Wing Ki of Hong Kong, had 2 match points, but they were both saved by Lee Chong Wei. Second round, of course, 2 games against the former world junior champion, Wang Zheming. He's got better as the tournament has progressed. So to Tien Minh Nguyen, born in Ho Chi Minh City. Well, prior to the All England Championship, he hadn't won a match all year. Lost first round of the Korean, despite being the number 6 seed, and lost first round of the Malaysian, despite being the number 3 seed. So his first round match against the left-handed qualifier, Tan Ching Siang from Malaysia. 3 games there. And then in the second round, another qualifier, Saurabh Verma of India. 21-19, young Indian player. I think played exceptionally well all tournament. In fact, all the Indian players have been playing so well. So these two 30-year-olds battling it out for an 11th time. And of the previous 10 encounters, as you can see, Lee Chong Wei has won 9 of them, but most important, he's won the last 7 meetings between the two. In fact, the only time that Tien Minh Nguyen has beaten Lee Chong Wei was back in 2009 in Singapore. The only time it went to 3 games. Big support for Lee Chong Wei.
Tien Minh Nguyen, Vietnam. Lee Chong Wei to serve, the ball, play.
Court officials.
One, look.
And of course, Lee Chong Wei has contested the final of the All England Championship for the last 4 years. In fact, he's been in at least the semi-final 7 times in his last 9 appearances. That's a pretty consistent performance, isn't it? World #1 got married at the end of last year, 10th of November. And he and his wife, former Malaysian women's singles #1 player, Wu Chu, expecting their first baby. Malaysian coaches Tesi Bok and Rashid Sadek.
1, 2.
course, we know that the world number one, Lee Chong Wei, incredible athlete, supremely fit, very agile, very explosive in his style of play. But Anthony, just tell us a little bit about Tien Minh Nguyen.
Well, I remember that match where he beat Lee Chong Wei in Singapore. I've got to say, I thought he was the fastest player I'd ever seen play against Lee Chong Wei. It was why he came out winner on that particular day. Just looking already at the start of this game, Lee Chong Wei was supremely confident. It's Nguyen's speed around the court that could make the difference. He's incredibly light, very, very fast. Never plays a backhand on an overhead shot, which just shows how quick his movement is around the court.
5-2.
Quick around the court. I'm not sure he's anywhere as quick as Lee Chong Wei, and I personally think that Tien Minh Nguyen is lacking any real winning shots in his game. To me, he's just a runner. And I think when you're playing against a supreme athlete like Lee Chong Wei, you're not going to outlast him or outrun him. And I suspect that's why Lee Chong Wei has beaten him 9 times out of the 10 times they've beaten him.
Does make a big difference, doesn't it? Maximum when you can hit the winner. You know, if you're constantly chasing these shots down from the likes of Lee Chong Wei, the effort level to do that means that we're working almost twice as hard as Lee Chong Wei is. And when you've got somebody as fit as he is anyway, it's almost an impossible challenge.
And you see, that's the sort of explosive, dynamic, attacking style that Lee Chong Wei has developed. I remember watching Lee Chong Wei when he was just an up-and-coming player, and I felt in a way he was a bit like Tien Minh Nguyen, that he was just a runner. He was just reacting to what his opponents would throw at him. And he's changed the dynamics of his game. He's developed this explosive attacking style, as well as the ability to retrieve, which has made him such a complete player.
Service over.
I agree, I was there as well when he made his break onto the tour, especially in the Malaysian Open, his home in the tournament. And in those days, arenas didn't have to be air-conditioned, and it was almost like the warmer the arena, the better Lee Chong Wei was. He could run everybody into the ground. So he's become so much more of a complete player. It's his explosiveness, but his ability to change the direction of the shuttle at the last second that makes the big difference.
It's the ability to suddenly inject pace, and I don't mean just pace of shot, pace of movement.
Service over. 6-10.
Good signs of showboating so far from Lee Chong Wei. You know, he looks so supremely confident out there. There's a danger of being a little bit slack at times.
Out!
That one. Obviously, he's just got the complete game to win this, no matter how he plays.
5 minutes 40 seconds when we're going into it. Power, deception and precision. Over the last decade or so, he's really been the only world-class player from his country
11-8.
led the way
Play.
as far as Vietnam badminton players are concerned.
12-8.
Goodness. The ability to hit winners at will.
13-8.
Just in total cruise control, isn't he? Playing any shot he wants. I was really interested earlier today. I went along to the stringers and spoke to them about Lee Chong Wei. He has his own specific string that only he uses because it's got extra thin in comparison to anybody else on the tour.
Trickery again. Sorcerer at work. He's just enjoying the occasion. Coaches are too.
14-8.
How frustrating this must be for Nguyen. He really doesn't have the weapons to put it on the floor against Lee Chong Wei.
Service over. 9-14.
Attempted shot. To be too complacent
14.
and too relaxed. How cool is that?
Service over. 15-11. Service over. 12-16. Service over. 17-12.
Got to difference to yesterday. You know, he almost seemed tense at the start of the match. You know, couldn't really get into the flow until midway through the opening game. Today, I've never seen him more relaxed, and this is against the world number 8.
7-5. Service over. 13-17.
What a backhand.
14-17.
Technique and timing. Just prancing on the net shot. I don't think it was such a bad net shot either.
18-14.
Chong Wei ready to... No, it wasn't bad. And Mason just too quick. Oh,
Service over.
3 leg shots
15-18.
tried. Not one of them's worked. He needs to practice that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, it's the only shot he can't play. So if you can get it between his legs, you've got a chance.
Just feel Chong Wei is toying with his opponent at the moment.
19-15.
I think he's got a couple of gears he could go up. Well on at the back line.
20.
5
Game
game
point.
point opportunities.
15.
Oh my goodness, that one round the back.
Service over. 16-20. Seventeen, 20.
This time, third time of asking. And the world number 1. There's his
First game won
opening
by
game.
Lee Chong Wei, 21-17.
So completely the wrong way. Nguyen. 21-17. Just 15 minutes of play. In the first game to Lee Chong Wei of Malaysia.
Luôn đập mình ok hết sức luôn, có bao nhiêu chơi hết luôn, ok. Nhưng mà cẩn thận á, anh thấy cái nào nó đập thì nó chơi, nhưng mà đập thẳng người á là tí mình đập thẳng người thắng, cái nào là thắng cái đó rồi đó. Nên lại lên cái đập mà anh ngay như cái đập người đó, tại vì nó anh nghĩ nó
For 120
Lee
seconds,
Chong Wei
score
looking so
20 seconds.
relaxed in that opening game, so confident of his ability to win. Did wonder in the interval there whether the coaches were saying to him, come on, you've got to be a little more intense. It's always a difficult issue, isn't it, Anthony, if you're full of confidence that you know you can beat your opponent. His head-to-head record against Nguyen very much in the Malaysian favour. So you don't want to necessarily tire yourself out, but on the other hand you want to keep the intensity, thinking ahead to the latter stages of the tournament, because of course he wants to win the title. You can't lull yourself into a sort of lazy way of playing.
Really is trying every shot in the book, isn't he? And I remember him doing this last year in the earlier rounds, you know, just very relaxed. I don't think he ever tends to get tired. You know, I've never seen him in a state of fatigue. So, of course, he doesn't want to get to a state of losing a match.
2-1.
All strings gone. Oh, maybe up.
3-1.
Spinners will be busy again tonight.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Call, please.
3-1.
Oh, it's quite good.
4-1.
Yeah, indeed it was.
11, 10. Right.
That's probably why he tries never to play a backhand, Tien Minh Nguyen, because when he was forced to play a high backhand there, it was dreadfully short. Opportunity then for Lee Chong Wei to play the winning smash. Oh, another one's landed in.
Service over. 5-2.
Just cannot tell which way it's going to go.
Service over.
It's not
3-5.
Looks exactly the same on all of his overheads. It's only the very last second that he cuts across the shuttle or he rolls his racket across for the reverse slice. So difficult to read.
No doubt that Tien Minh Nguyen has to play quick badminton to beat Lee Chong Wei back in 2009. I have to say, he's not looking that sharp today. Lost a bit of his speed.
4.
Left stranded on numerous occasions.
7-4.
Definite signs of him trying to start to take the net from Lee Chong Wei, which is a very different challenge altogether.
Service
Lee
over.
Chong Wei coming forward is
7.
unbelievably quick. He dresses the shuttle early. You see the racket arm outstretched there, coming from above the shuttle. It's got the options then. Still that time. Way long off the back line.
6, 7.
It's over. 12-13.
Ooh, just wide.
Service over. 8, 6.
Play. It's over. 14, 12.
Only guess correct on that occasion from Nguyen.
Service over.
He still couldn't
7,
deal with the smash.
8.
Anticipates it down the backhand side.
I was just going to say, Joe, the spin on the net shot from Chong Wei was so much. I think Nguyen did well to even get the shuttle as far back as he did.
Wide of the singles court.
15, 12.
Chong Wei at level.
All.
No.
9, 8.
Brilliant. Love to see Chong Wei play men's doubles. Some of the rallies he plays on a singles court, so reminiscent of doubles.
Well, just proves the point about
10,
how deceptive he is.
16, 12.
Because Tien Minh, you've already said how fast you think he is as a player, and I've said what a good retriever of the shuttle he is. He's just once again left stranded.
Service over. 9, 10.
17, 12.
All.
Just about the longest rally of the match so far.
11,
And it's
10.
won by Chong Wei. And it means that he has the advantage, and the narrowest of possible advantages at the mid-game interval. Just 1 point in it. He's amused about something. Chong Wei's breathing quite heavily. Surprised at that, maybe not being terribly well.
Nó lừa ai quá, cái lực nó mạnh quá, ghê lắm.
For
Nó thấy nó bước thì nhanh rồi đó, không ra đâu, để nó cố gắng đi. Ok. Mấy phút đó lại thôi.
Wouldn't be at all surprised if we see Chong Wei now just up his pace.
11, 10.
He's had a nice little workout.
Clear.
uphill.
Not convinced by the tactic from Nguyen of taking Lee Chong Wei on in the flat game.
Match won by Sun Young, 21-13, 21-12.
Service over. 11-13.
Well wide.
12-13.
That's missed as well.
13 all.
Yeah, good call. Press wide.
It's over. 14-13.
Final game on this court tonight in mixed doubles. The number 16 from Thailand, Suket Papakamo and Sarah Lee Ponka.
Smash across court to the opponent. Reads it all. They've got to do is play the straight block, and you've got the full diagonal of the court to try and scamper. Got to be unbalanced really if you're going to play cross court smash in singles. That's just delightful.
16-13. Service over. 14-16.
We're not used to seeing so many mistakes from Chong Wei. He's just a bit too relaxed today. Let's say he's got matches later on in the tournament.
Well, assuming he actually comes through this. Surely he will.
Service over. 17-14.
That's what I thought in his very first round match, though. Against Nguyen Tien Minh of Hong Kong. Had to save 2 match points in the end before he came through. Oh, that's a lovely smash from Nguyen Tien Minh.
Service over. 15-17.
I almost wonder whether the lack of presence of Lin Dan in these tournaments at the moment has any bearing on the way that he's thinking at the moment, because when he comes to the tournament as a massive favourite, almost a bit relaxed knowing that he is that good.
I'm sure he's a little fearful of the number 2 seed,
Service over.
Ken Long.
18-15.
Also from China, of course. Well, he was ready to pounce had it have come over.
19-15.
Well, Lee Chong Wei seems to know his own capabilities and hugely confident in his own abilities. His fans, I think, he put him through a little bit of worry.
20.
That one's landed in.
Match point 15.
And 5 match point opportunities.
Service over, 16, 20.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, looks up towards the lights.
17, 20.
That's a complete miss-hit. Another one. Goodness gracious. Can't think the unthinkable, can we?
18, 20.
Maybe we can. What on earth?
19,
4 match
20.
points have come and gone. Just one more remains for world number 1, Lee Chong Wei. Yonex. Fifth time of asking. And Lee Chong Wei comes through in the end in 2 straight games against the number 8 seed Tien Minh. Oh, there was
Match won by
Was that
Lee
3 or
Chong Wei,
4 unforced errors that
17, 21, 19.
really made his fans probably awfully nervous indeed. Goes and thanks his coaches as he always does. Such a polite young man is Lee Chong Wei, such a good sportsman and such a wonderful badminton player. 21-17, 21-19. He's through to the semi-final once more. Well, congratulated there by Ben Yonex, president of Yonex Company. Of course, Yonex, the title sponsors of the All England Championships now for 30 consecutive years. Mr. Yonex will be particularly happy with Lee Chong Wei's victory there. So the world number 1 and 2-time former champion Lee Chong Wei safely through to the semi-final, where he'll meet the qualifier Samsung Boonsak from Thailand. What a tournament the left-handed Thai player has had. Oh goodness me, it's all for tomorrow, the semi-finals. But of course, here on quarter-finals day, what a thrilling day we've had. All started with women's singles, and the former champion Wang Shixian won the title 2 years ago. She is out, and it means that China's women's singles players have all departed that event at this year's All England Championship. Sina Nehwal, of course, through to the semi-final in 3 games. Then it was men's doubles, and the number 4 seeds Endo and Haokawa from Japan beating the Asian champions from Korea in 3 games. Then women's singles, and Tina Bowden, the 2-time former champion, playing in her last ever tournament. What a performance she gave today. 21-7, 21-13 in just 29 minutes. Then mixed doubles and another thrilling match. Last year's champions Tantowi Ahmad and Liliana Natsir having to come through after dropping the opening game against the European champions Matuziak and Ziba from Poland. And as we've just seen, Lee Chong Wei, the number 1 seed from Malaysia, safely through against Tien Minh Nguyen of Vietnam in 2 straight games. Well, it has been a very, very thrilling day here on quarter-finals day. Anthony, the pick of today's matches, as far as you were concerned?
I thought the men's doubles match between the Koreans and the Japanese was fantastic. Had everything. Change of tactics from the Japanese to defence. Just a fabulous match. Explosive play, big jump smashes. It really did have it all.
Yes, well, for me, I think probably the women's singles with Sina Nehwal, and then again with Tina Bowden. I thought 2 absolutely tremendous matches. Well, of course, we will have semi-finals tomorrow, noon local time. That's 1200 GMT. From all of us here in Birmingham, do hope you'll be able to join us tomorrow for semi-finals. Remember, it is earlier tomorrow, 1200 GMT. Do join us then. But in the meantime, from all of us here in Birmingham, bye for now.